In the mix. In the mix.
Give it up.
Showtime!
Showtime.
What's
I
up,
don't know
Whit?
if it's about really showtime, right?
It's always showtime, man.
But this is what we do.
Yeah, it is.
So this is
always
reality.
showtime. Yeah, there you go.
You
It's
know what I
always
mean? I get the
showtime.
showtime business. I love it.
How you
But
feeling
this is
tonight,
what we
Whit?
do. I'm feeling great, man. I'm trying to work this thing out right here.
Yeah, take your time. We got a whole hour.
I know you like the headphones. I was trying to get into this headphone business.
Yeah, I think that it makes us look super duper cool.
About image.
Yeah. I think it makes us look super cool.
Yeah. What up?
What's going on, people? Welcome to another Thursday night of Conversations with Whitney and Dwayne, our podcast Shizzo, where we have great, phenomenal, thought-provoking, transformative conversations with each other and with you guys about some real life, real serious, powerful, just day-to-day challenges, man.
You know what? And conversations that people don't have on a regular basis.
That's good, Whit.
You know what I mean? That's because we talk about that a lot in our conversations on the phone, when we're ministering to each other, when we're ministering to people.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
these
we
are
do.
conversations that we have that we want to bring to air that people are not having today.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because we have conversations that forces us to actually look at our own selves in the mirror. And that's where Meeting the Authentic You came from, our book, our first collaboration together. Right, D?
Shout out to the people who supported us on that book.
Absolutely.
Shout
Thank
out to
you
everybody.
so much, everyone who participated in the journey with us,
Yeah.
who's participating currently in the journey with us. Meeting the Authentic You, Conversations with Whitney Dwayne, inspirational messages to help you meet you.
Yes.
This is the inspiration, the motivation for the podcast.
Yeah.
Remember this year we talked about doing a podcast? I put that on my vision board. And look at where we are now.
Yeah. We are in week 33.
I'm going to check that number. But he might be right. He's usually wrong. Because women, you know, we are always right.
It may be 32, Whit.
There you go. Changes his answer. Look, you know what? That's what men do. They always change their answer.
Here we go with what men
Where
do.
my ladies at? Call
we
in
go.
914-969-6499, 718-705-4959. You know we talk about that representative in the
Here we go.
beginning.
Here we go.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go.
I'm representing for my ladies.
I'm representing for the fellas, man.
Oh,
Shout out to
whatever,
all my
'cause it's all about
guys
women empowerment.
who making huge sacrifices, who growing, who not getting they just due out here because the focus is always about the women. We love you guys. We need you guys.
You know what?
But
Whatever.
you know, without us,
Michelle
man,
Obama
you know,
said it was because of you guys that's why women are broken.
Hey,
I'm not going to even go into that.
Hey,
But
I mean, we
anyway,
can talk about that
so-
later on in the show. I just
Maybe.
want to shout out to all my guys who out here putting in some good work, you know, who making some progress, who making some sacrifices and making some changes. Shout out to all the men out here
shout out
doing
to my
great
my
work,
men.
getting up, going to work every day, you know, taking care of the family,
definitely.
you know, praying for the family, covering the family, taking care of their kids. Shout out to all the men out here who's being good men and providers and doing the best that they can while making progress.
You know what Michelle Obama also said? I'm sorry, guys, because I
we
also I
go.
went to see her on Saturday on my birthday.
Go ahead, Whit.
No, but she said that it's a myth that fathers are not in the lives of their kids.
Yeah.
So I want to shout out our men because it is a myth in the Black and Hispanic community that fathers are not around, which is not true. So although you might not be growing up in a household with your mother and dad, does not mean that your dad is not there. So shout out to my men. I love my men.
Round
you know
of
what I mean?
applause to the men.
Round of
Yeah,
applause.
thank you so much,
I
Erica.
love them.
Yeah, round of applause to us showing up every day.
I'm raising a young man.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
know,
we both are.
so yeah, we both are. We
Yeah.
have that in common. So shout out to our men.
Yeah.
I was just kidding.
Yeah.
But you know, women, we do run the world.
I ain't
Yes,
gonna-
thank you.
I don't have nothing to say about that.
N1.
I don't have nothing to say about that.
Yeah, let's
Shout out
go.
to all the men.
He
Shout out to
know.
all the women doing
He know what's
powerful
up.
things that's making a huge difference
You know
out
why?
here in the world today.
Because his boo, his fiance, Kiana, if you out there, call tonight. Because
Here we
being
go.
that you came into his life, right, and I came into his life, right,
That's a fact.
he has transformed.
That's a fact.
It is what? We're not men, Kay, right? We are women.
That's a fact.
Okay, yeah.
Shout
Give
out
us
to,
our due.
Shout out to Kiana and
Yeah.
Whitney.
There we go.
Shout out to every woman who has played a significant role in
And
my
your
life
mommy.
that has helped me
Strong.
transform and evolve
Yeah.
into this version
We
of myself.
responsible. Give me my due.
And the continued growth and versions of myself that I have yet to
Yes.
tap into. But shout out to all of
I
y'all
want
who
my
have helped me
credit.
get to this
Okay, we
point
want
right
our
here.
credit.
Shout out to all of them, man. They've done a phenomenal job. I'm extremely grateful. And I'm not even going to get into who I have been in their lives and what I've been to them. So, I don't get no credit for that, but it's
You get
okay.
a little bit of credit.
It's okay.
We ain't talking about that right now. But anyway,
See how they do, fellas?
whatever.
See how y'all do, ladies? Y'all don't give us the just due that we need, right?
We
When y'all
do.
going
I
through what
just
y'all going
did.
through and y'all all over the place and y'all ain't got nobody to talk
I
to
just
and your
did.
girlfriends is over there talking about the problem with you, but we come to be in the solution. We don't get a round of applause or kudos for that. But it's okay.
They know they the solution because they the damn problem.
Hey, at least we know
I'm
when
not
to
gonna
be the
get into
solution.
that.
At least we know when to be the solution.
Okay,
It's okay.
yeah. See, representative.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway,
Yeah, let's do it.
thank you for everyone for listening in and also vibing with. You got me saying vibing terminology.
That's the language. It's the language.
And vibing with us live stream, and thank you so much for the support. Authentic you conversations to help you meet you.
Yeah.
Like we said in the beginning, this is the inspiration for our podcast, and I'm just so elated and so excited that Dwayne and I collaborated on another book called "Don't Drop Out on You."
Yeah, we're going to bring that to you guys, man. We're going to
Yeah.
definitely utilize the podcast and have some more conversations with you guys
Mm-hmm.
about Don't Drop Out on You, man, and the wonderful material that we got in that book.
It's dope.
Because we've been able to, again, identify a need that's been going on out here, man. A lot of people are really just, unfortunately, unintentionally sometimes, and some even intentionally are letting themselves go. They're giving up. It's too overwhelming. It's too challenging. It's just crisis after crisis, burden after burden, problem after problem. And people are just unintentionally just feel like they don't have what it is that they feel like they need in order to continue to transform. Well, this book right here that me and Whitney put together,
Don't drop
I'm
out on
pretty
you.
sure there is something inside of this book that will be able to help you see some things that you probably may not be thinking about on your own. So once this book is released, you want to make sure you get a copy of this book,
Yeah,
and you want to
please
make sure that
support.
you tune in with us on our podcast. You want to make sure you tune in with us wherever we're going to be at. We planning tours, conferences. We're planning a whole bunch of things with this book right here because we want this thing to go a whole lot further than where Meeting the Authentic You has gone. So this is what we are desiring to do. So please make sure you stay on the lookout for Don't Drop Out on You, because we don't want you giving up on yourself before you receive, or until you receive, rather, the promises that God got for you.
Yeah, and that's so dope. So thank you. So 2019, look out between April and May. We are going to have a Don't Drop Out on You conference, new vision that we have for the book, Don't Drop Out on You conference, presented by Dwayne and I. So we just look out for that. And thank you for your support. Also, thank you for your support. We do have a conference call every Monday morning.
Yeah, we do.
Monday Morning Glory.
Monday morning.
5
glory.
years now.
5
years.
5
and
years, every Monday
Connecting
morning.
with the people. We just want to serve.
That's dope. That's dope.
It's not about getting.
It's about giving. It's about serving.
It's about giving and serving. I think as we gotten older and experiencing life challenges and things of that nature, and our connection with God and being more intimate with God, we realize that service is the key. So Dwayne and I, even with this podcast, even with the books, it's not about us.
No, not at all. It's about God just giving us vision to be able to help people identify where they are, help them understand who they are, and most importantly, connect them to who they belong to. And God is just using podcasts, books, prayer calls, and so many other things, conferences, just a wide range of different things that he's given us to help people have these kind of experiences to reconnect or connect if you've never been connected or felt connected. He's just using us. It's not about us. We've just decided to answer the call. Everybody gets called. Everybody doesn't answer that call. We decided to answer that call. And these are the different things that he's using us or he has us to do in answering the call. So it's not about us. We just enjoy finally. It took us some time to get here because we got some.
It took a long time.
Right.
It took me a while.
And it's still a day-to-day struggle. It's still a day-to-day struggle. We deal with the attacks. We deal with the temptations. We deal with the past. We deal with the day-to-day reality and the challenges that try to discourage us from doing what it is that he got us doing. But for the most part, we still get up. We still stay connected. We still stay prayerful. And we still do our best to make sure that we take these visions that he shows us in dreams and conversations and visions and put them on the ground. And now we stay consistent with, making them a reality.
Yeah, so 5 years in the making, Monday Morning Glory conference call that we have every single morning. The flyer is on the screen. Also, on our social medias, you can definitely see the promotion I want to say promotion, but the information, the call number, the passcode to our Monday Morning Glory at 7 a.m. to 7:15 a.m. And during the holidays, we rock on Tuesday. You know what someone said to me when I posted the Monday Morning Glory I said the Monday Morning Glory would be Tuesday due to the holiday. Somebody said, y'all don't pray on the holidays? I said, there we go.
Somebody got to be critical. Somebody got to be critical.
No, but I deleted that person. So anyway, the reason why we pray, right? But the reason why we did that is because we know that people are going to sleep in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
It's like we do it because we're intentional about it. Because we need you to get on that call. And so you know what we'll do? Okay.
No, not only that, we've had moments when we actually decided to get up on that Monday.
Right.
And nobody got up.
Exactly.
So it's not that we not trying to pray on holidays, right? The days that,
with
people know on Mondays are holidays, Columbus Day, whatever the day is, right? But people have not gotten up. So, we decide to get up the following day to make sure that we commit ourselves, or rather remain committed, so that we making ourselves still available and accessible. So people can know that they have a place to come to in order to tune in and tap in and get this vibe and get this energy and try to be connected as we're fighting our best to stay connected.
Exactly. So you can definitely get that information, but also follow us on our social media handles.
Yeah.
I am Whitney D. Smith on Instagram.
And
also Convo with Whitney and Dwayne on Instagram. We have a YouTube page, Conversations with Whitney and Dwayne. Also SoundCloud, where you can rewind and all that great stuff.
Yeah.
Also Facebook, Whitney Smith and Dwayne. Let them know your handles as well.
D.Graham3, Instagram.
Did you change your Facebook yet?
I tried to, but Facebook is giving me a difficult time. I don't know why. Maybe we could do that after the show. You can help me out with that. But I tried that actually today, and I don't know what the challenge. I don't know why Facebook was giving me a difficult time changing my name. It was just ridiculous to me. But I was trying to change my Facebook name to my Instagram name, D.Graham3, so everything will be in sync and nobody's confused. But in the meantime and in between time, my Facebook name is Mr. Graham is God's Child. My Instagram name is D.Graham, Graham, the number 3. That is my Instagram name. You can check me out over there. I'm on Instagram every day, every morning, giving you this Instagram.
He has this vibe with me. Movement.
Yeah.
I really compliment you for that because
Thank
you know
Whit.
my little videos every now and then.
Ain't nothing little about it.
I know, no. When I say little, I'm not talking about the message, but
yeah,
just the terminology, whatever the case is.
We need to lose
that terminology. Let me change my language because we talk about language.
Yeah,
it's true, but the consistency that you have with getting up every single day with a word,
right?
And I always say like, pastors preaching every Sunday. I don't know how they do it. I got to preach this Sunday,
right? But
I'm like, Jesus. But, commend you, and consistency and definitely pays off because everybody's watching your videos. Everyone is tuning in. They're sharing the videos because you're speaking a message. You're speaking about transformation, love, not being a slew of things that, the topics that people are not really talking about. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
I'm proud. Well, I can't be proud of you because I'm not your parent. I didn't birth you.
You can say
But
that,
I
though.
am.
It's
I
appropriate.
am definitely excited to be connected to you. Okay.
I'll take that too.
So you take that.
Proud of me.
So
Excited. Connected.
not just the videos, but you have the apparel. So stand up.
Yeah,
and we
the
have it
Vibe
on
With Me
screen.
movement is happening right now, ladies
There
and
we go.
gentlemen. Yeah, here we go.
Wait.
Make sure
There
you
you go.
get your sweatshirt. Make sure you get your hat. Make sure you get whatever it is that I got to make sure you tuned into this vibe. Shout out to everybody on my Instagram page right now, my Facebook page who's tuned in. Make sure you get your apparel. Shout out to everybody who has purchased apparel, sweatshirts, hats, whatever it is, T-shirts that you purchased. Shout out to my people in Texas. Shout out to my people in PA. Shout out to my people in Philly, Chicago, LA. Shout out to my people all across the world. Shout out to the sister who hit me in my comments the other day and said, I was waiting for you this morning to hear a word from you. And unbeknownst to me, she's all the way in London. She's waiting to hear a word in London. Clearly, there's a different time frame, a time span between New York, where we are here in this country versus London. But shout out to her for tuning in and waiting to hear something that can speak to whatever it is that she's going through. I'm sorry. So shout out to everybody who's been rocking and vibing with this Vibe With Me movement right here. It's so interesting because
I'm listening. I'm just typing in a number for people on Facebook.
that's fine. It's so interesting because it's unfortunate how, and I'm not focused on it. It's just an observation. It's just so interesting how people will ignore you, dismiss you, try to minimize what you're doing because it's not in the same arena of things that they deem are worth taking you serious.
Well, remember I told you about I was celebrating my birthday.
Right.
And I got like a 1.6K views.
Right.
And I'm like, but when I'm talking about a word,
Yeah.
but not to shout out. I mean, nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just think once again, where people love to be entertained.
Right.
People don't really, want the responsibility that comes along with, putting in that work to transform so that all of our lives could be a whole lot better than where they currently are. So it's just conversations that help facilitate that. And that's where, I guess, where you and I and so many others come into play, where the conversations help people start to really begin to reevaluate those kind of mindsets that are hindering so many people from being able to experience what we're going to talk about tonight, the next level, these next levels, right?
Part 2.
It's difficult to enter into these new levels or these next levels when you don't value putting in the work or at least interested in having valuing conversations like this because you rather be entertained. It's boring. It's like it's the only thing that interests you is when you see people who are already known, who are already established, who are already successful and famous, and those are the people that you think that you need to listen to. Where the people who are kind of similar to where you are struggle, but in their process, who are working towards transformation and change and living life on levels greater than the struggle that we all are kind of familiar with, it's like you don't even think that that's something that you need to give ear to. That's not something that you feel like you need to pay attention to. And it's going to be those same people who are the same people who act like they was with us all along. When truth of the matter is they really wasn't. And that's okay. But that's where the conversations like this come into play. So shout out to everybody who actually is and have been rocking with us, right? From the very, very beginning. From the first prayer call that we started, year 1, right? From the very first book that we did, from the very first podcast that we've done, from the very first sweatshirt, from the very first Go Get It conference, from the very first, whatever that first thing was that we started out with and are still rocking with us. Shout out to all of those people on today. As a matter of fact, Erica, if you don't mind, can we please give all of those first-time people and who's still sticking with us a round of applause for sticking with us, for rocking with us, for vibing with us, because you guys help us stay consistent in our process. So we thank you guys for rocking with us.
Thank you.
Tell them what's going on with you. When's the next Go Get It? What's next to come?
What's so crazy? I'm so glad you said that because we did book the date already. It's going to be in Midtown, November 16th. My partners, please call in and let me know if I'm on point. But we already booked the date. Man. The person we got coming through is the 4th year. Phenomenal. So just looking.
Who's that person with?
I'm not saying. Because if I say it right now, it's gonna be sold out today. So, which is a great thing, but we're still in conversation. So, I'm just excited that I was able to book the date.
Okay.
You coming back though?
Oh, I am.
Yeah, I might consider you. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I mean, hey, you know.
Let me see.
Hey, I'm
I'm
grateful.
not sure.
I'm grateful to be considered. There's a lot of people being ignored out here nowadays, so I'm just grateful to be considered.
Yeah, we always connected. So, spirit check.
Yeah.
How's your spirit? Spirit check. Let them know what the spirit check is.
The spirit check segment of the show is a time when we just want to know what's going on with each other's spirit. What's happening with you? Where are you right now? And right now, there's a lot of seed in the ground. And I'm excited about the seed that's in the ground that's coming up.
Yeah.
So my spirit is excited about the seed that's coming up.
The seed.
We've been planting a lot of good seeds.
The harvest.
So I'm excited about the
harvest is
good the good ground that we planted in and the good seed that's finally coming up. And I'm proud and happy that we stayed the course, that regardless of the challenges that happen while planting, waiting, serving, attacks and temptations that came along the way, we still stayed consistent. So I'm excited. My spirit is excited about the seed that's coming up.
I got a seed in the ground.
How's your spirit on tonight, Whit?
My spirit is still in the space of expectation.
Okay.
Similar to you, as far as we planted a lot of seeds, but I'm expecting God to do amazing things. So I'm in a season of expectation. Also,
That's
still
good.
in a season of reflection. 2018 has been a trying year for me, and
You and me both, Whit.
yeah,
Yeah.
we both lost in certain different ways.
Yeah.
But we both experienced loss,
Yeah.
right? And
gained.
and gain. Ain't that crazy? Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about that.
Yeah.
You know how you
Loss
connected
and
to people.
gain.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So,
But let me I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
no, I don't even know what I'm gonna say because you kind of threw me
I'm sorry.
for a loop.
I'm sorry.
No, because this is good. A season we are connected, right? We both experienced a season of loss, but in different ways. And like I said, 2018 has been a trying year for the both of us. And if you told me that I would be here now, as far as the way I'm thinking and how I'm loving God and what I realize about myself in this season and the lessons I've learned, and
That's good.
2018, 8 is new beginnings, right?
Go ahead.
And at the same time is that my new beginning was actually me getting to know myself again and where God is trying to take me in a
That's
different
good.
relationship with God. So he had to take some things away from me that I thought was good for me, but which I thought was going to break me, but which actually grew me
Yeah.
in the process. So I'm in a season of expectation and also but reflection, because what I've been through in 2018
good.
is only a setup for 2019. And I know it sounds so cliche. We think about, the new year's coming, forget 2018. Even though we have some days left in December, God can still do amazing things.
That's
So
good.
I don't want us to forget that. But anyway, we'll talk about new levels, but a season of expectation and reflection.
No, that's great.
Yeah, we've both been through a lot.
And
this
and
year.
here's what I want to say. Here's what I want to say. I want to say that and I didn't think
birthed
about this.
a lot. We've been through a lot. We lost a lot, but then you gained, and we birthed a lot in 2018 at the same time.
And I
New beginnings, and he ended stuff and started new stuff.
I love
Okay, we're gonna get to the topic.
I love staying within in the B's, right? In the alphabets, right?
This
So
is what we talk about this is our
all the time.
okay.
on
The
phone, right?
conversation that we have in tonight, or the conversations that we have throughout these podcasts, we're bringing live our conversations on the phone.
Yeah, we are.
This is the conversations we have, Dwayne and I have on the phone.
Yeah.
For hours.
So stay with us.
So go ahead.
And we want to make sure that if you want to participate in the conversation,
want
call
you
in.
to.
914-969-6499. I'm going to say it again. 914-969-6499 or 718-705-4959. Tonight's conversation is the next level. Going to the
Part
next
2.
level. Part 2. All of our levels are not the same. So it's not what you may think, but that's the beauty of the conversation, because we can all have a different interpretation of what the
Different
next level
context.
is for us, right? So we want to have a conversation with you guys tonight. Now back to Whitney and I's conversation, right? I love this conversation because 2018 being a year of challenge, right? Of crisis, of losing, gaining, and giving birth, right? Here's what I and I never thought about this, right? So, but I need your undivided.
Okay, let me
I
put
need
it
your
down.
undivided attention on this one right here, right? Because this right here, you just gave birth to this right here.
I want credit.
No, I'm giving it to you, right?
Hey, I want credit. PC.
Here, look at it. Look at
I
it.
got PC. I bring this stuff out of. Yeah.
Shout out to everybody on our social media handles right now. Shout out to everybody on Facebook and Instagram tuning in, and
Yeah.
everybody who will watch this later on. But here's what's dope about this, right? Regardless of what we went through individually and collectively, we didn't break connection.
Ooh,
That's powerful for me, right? Because when people go through stuff, they fall back. They get distant.
Oh my God.
They don't want to be bothered with people. They shut down. People don't know how to always deal with unexpected turn of events that tend to happen. So I'm enjoying and grateful in the spirit check segment of the show that even though we went through different challenges, we lost, we gained, we gave birth, but most importantly, we did not break our connection. We stayed connected in spite of what we were dealing with individually and collectively. So for me, that's super dope.
Wait, hold up, because this is like, it's not scary, but it's scary. But it's not scary, but it's God. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up real quick.
have
Shout out to my man Fredro Dollars. Fredro Dollars, I see you, baby.
$100. What's up? Oh, let me shout out my people.
Yeah, shout them out.
Andres, I got my student Alba, Mixed Masters, The Real Wave, Aura, Jolly, Reverend Jolly, Philly, but he was like Plains. You know, it's so.
Tell my man Fredro Dollars, what's up?
What's up, Fredro?
He
You gonna
in
call
and
in tonight?
out. His reception is going in and out, but he
All right,
did.
but
He
call in
tuned in.
tonight.
But go ahead.
It's so God.
Shout out to LaShawn too. I'm sorry.
And this is what I love about God, right? Is that I have a friend that's going through the same situation I've been through.
Right.
Not to the extent of, the next level of relationship or whatever case is, but going through a situation. And at the same time, what has been is that not disconnecting, but sometimes you got to be to yourself. You got to be with God or whatever
I
case
agree.
is. But at the same time, what I was telling her is that you want to make sure in the process, when you're going through this process, enduring the pain, enduring the heartbreak, whatever, the hardship, you want to make sure you still stay connected to the people who are talking about God.
That's good.
You know what I mean? To the people who are still speaking into your life
That's good,
about
Rick.
your situation, although you may not want to hear it, because when we're in it, we don't want to hear it.
Right.
We can't see it. We can't feel it. That's going to be that we're going through this for, it's a pain in your purpose.
Right.
We don't see that. I don't want to pray. I don't want to talk about God. I don't want to do none of this right now because what I'm feeling and what I'm going through is overtaking me right
That's
now.
good.
So I told her, like, you can't. Whatever you feeling, although you may be feeling it, you cannot seclude yourself from the people who are going to speak life into your situation who is God, who has God centered, because you still need that. So
good.
eventually, through your process, you will get there where you'll remember the things that those people said to you.
That's
You
good.
cannot lose that connection. Even though you don't feel like it, you still got to hear it.
That's good.
Even
Rick.
if I don't believe it, I still got to be around those people who are going to still speak that God is still in the healing business. God didn't forget about you. All the cliche thing that people want to say is cliche, pray about it. Whatever the case is, don't lose your connection.
Don't break it.
Don't break it.
Don't-
Don't seclude yourself, because the
That's good.
enemy, the evils of the world, whatever. I'm a believer. So when I talk this language, I'm a believer, and I believe that. And the enemy, Satan, the devil is real, right? So I can't talk no other language than that. So the enemy itself, he wants to separate you from the people who are connected to God, because he doesn't want you to get through that process or heal through that process or transform through that process. So he's going to try to seclude you from the people who are talking about God.
Well,
Are we in spirit check?
Yeah, we still there, but it's a segue to go into tonight's topic, right?
All right.
I feel led to do this.
Because
right? I feel led to do this.
I just
right?
had that today.
Which
that
is
conversation
fine.
today.
But I feel led to do this, right?
Go ahead.
I feel led to talk about. I feel led to bring context to the conversation, right?
You do.
And the context to this conversation
Right.
is 2018, great year, phenomenal year. And then one of the greatest hits that I've had to deal with this year is the transition of my brother. And my brother transitioning, right, losing, right, my brother, is a hit that I still live with day to day, right? But I didn't break my connections. I needed to hear everybody who texted me, called me, prayed for me, and I never had a moment when I said, I don't want to hear that. Right? So for me, even though the norm or the initial sometimes, depending where you are in your spiritual connection, is I don't want to hear about God. I don't feel like praying. I'm not in the mood for that because how I feel is so overwhelming. Well, for me, where God has me, when you talk about loss and gain, losing my brother transitioning, what I realized I gained was I want to hear about God. I have to hear about God. I need people to pray for me. I'm never in an emotional space where I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to pray. So for me, this year with the challenge, the crisis, the hit, the attack, the loss, for me, what I've come to realize is I need that. So I didn't break my connection. I didn't break my connection. I stayed connected to the people who helped me deal with one of the greatest hits that I've had to take of 2018. So if you're out there right now and you're watching, you're tuned in, you're watching what it is that we're talking about. We haven't even gotten to the topic of conversation in regards to the next level. We're just talking about the spirit check of how important it is not to break connection with people who are connected to you, who help you deal with. Right? Or rather, people who are connected to God, and as well as yourself being connected spiritually. And if you're not connected, when you're going through and you're taking these attacks and these hits and you're dealing with these temptations, what you don't want to do is allow your emotions to make you feel like you need to distance yourself. You need to disconnect yourself. You need to shut down because what's going on right now is too overwhelming. It's too emotional. So you don't want to answer the phone. You don't want to pray. You don't want to go to church. You don't want to go to the mosque. You don't want to read. That's just not how you're feeling right now. And that's what happens. And that's what you don't rather want to happen. You don't want to break your connection because when you break your connection, what happens is you turn into a version of yourself that's not good for you.
Oh.
Go ahead. You take the floor.
Preaching my sermon. I'm preaching Sunday. So anyway, you know what? And you're making me be transparent because Dwayne and I talked about us losing and gaining, and we lost in different ways, but we still experienced loss. So he's going to make me go into transparency right now, and I'm very transparent. My loss was I was engaged this year I was engaged for about 2 years, right? And my engagement is no longer. I am single. So holla. But anyway.
I love you.
Holla at your girl, because I am single. Okay? Clap, 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 clap. So if you want to be with someone who's you're going to transform, that's me. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, so seriously, I'm serious, but I'm not serious. You know what I mean? But anyway, so, we experience loss in different ways, right? And at the same time, when I was going through the loss, like 2018, this summer 2018, or this year 2018 was the freaking hit for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I never experienced this type of, all my immediate family is here. So the loss of, a relationship, and this wasn't just a relationship to me. I was about to get married, what I've been praying for years. I was single for like 6-7 years, you know what I'm saying? So this happened or whatever. And I was in that space where this summer that, my friends were, I was even to a point where I was so shameful and going through periods of depression and like, I don't want to be here, depression. And my friends who were, connected to God or whatever, praying for me and like, it's going to get better and whatever. Even if I didn't feel like it what they were saying, even if I couldn't understand what they were, even if I didn't was receiving what they were saying, I was still listening to what they were saying.
Right.
Because I needed something.
Right.
At this point, I'm like, I'm rock bottom. Whatever it is, even if I don't believe it, I'm still going to hear it.
Right.
I never really secluded myself, and if I did seclude myself, it was for some hours or maybe a day or whatever cases. But I was always wanting to receive what God was saying, because I'm like, okay, God, you took this away. I don't understand it, but at the same time, I need you to speak something else.
Right.
Like, I need something. So when you said you never lost your connection, it's not that you didn't want to hear it. It's not that you didn't want to pray. I was in that same space. I needed something. I needed something. I needed God to do something.
Right.
And even if I didn't feel it, I was still receiving it, even if I didn't believe it.
Right.
So that's why I was telling my friend, is like, you might be in a place where you don't want to pray or whatever the case is, but let me still pray. Let me still speak in your life. Still let me just minister to you. So you're going to get to that point, hopefully, in your what you're going through in that process, that eventually it's not going to be like this. You got to be willing to endure the process. Let's go to the topic, because I don't want to preach my sermon.
No,
I'm preaching 9:30
I don't want you
at
to
my
either,
church
but I think that
on Sunday.
I think that this
and
is
I'm
good.
talking about transformation.
For those who are tuned in, right, who are watching, listening,
So what's the topic?
wherever you listening at, right,
906.
inthemixradio.com, or checking us out on Instagram or Facebook. I think that these, again, are conversations that are helping people. They can help people, rather. They have the potential to help people be able to see themselves. And I think that when people feel like they can have a moment of transparency and authenticity, right, and vulnerability, right, it facilitates new thoughts. It gives birth to something different. And we then begin to have a different kind of energy and a different kind of vibe towards whatever it is that we're dealing with. And it's healthy. So it's a setup. It's a setup and a segue.
Oh, we got a call. We're going to get into our topic. We do a What's Going On segment. But our topic is now, what's our topic?
Going to the next level,
Going
part
to
two.
the next level, part
The next
two.
level. And the
this
next
is
level is different for all of us. So if you called in and you want to, and for whatever the reason is, call back in. The numbers are 914-969-6499 or 718-705-4959. Call in.
Yeah, call in. We're really, deep diving into conversation. We do have a What's Going On segment. If you're interested in being on a show, you're an entrepreneur, you're an author, you have something to bring to the table for the community, you want somebody to hear something. Dwayne and I, we created, not just because of our book, but we created this platform for other people to be able to get their service, their product out there, because we're about community. We want to help each other, and we want to serve. So serving is a part of allowing people to come on the show to create another platform for your business. So if you want to get on this show, let us, hit us up, our Instagram. But we're going to go ahead. We're already into our new topic.
Well, I'll use
next
what you
level
just
part
said.
two.
I'll use
So
what you
let's
just said as the starter of our conversation. With
Okay.
that service is a requirement to go to the next level.
I
Right?
truly believe
Like
that.
so if you're frustrated, you're discontent with how your life is, you feel and you sense that there's something more and greater inside of you, and you believe that there's more to your life, then you have to start to identify which population of people you believe that you're called to serve. Because when we serve, we soar. If you're not serving anybody and you're only thinking about being served, you're going to remain the same. Nothing new is going to happen for you. So if you want change, you want something different and fresh, and you've been tired over the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years of your life, let's start having conversations about serving. Who are you willing to serve? What's your gift? What is your talent? What do you believe God gave you in order for you to now do that? Because that's the new path. that's where you need to go. That's where you need to position yourself. That job that you may be working in right now, yeah, it pays the bills. Yeah, it helps. It's doing the great things for you and your family or whatever the case may be. But you still getting up every day complaining about having to go to work. So clearly that's an indication that that's not probably where you belong. So in order for you to enter into the next level, or at least start taking new steps to get there, we got to start to identify what makes you feel not just happy, but who are the people who you enjoy serving, which brings a level of happiness to your life. And let's start having a conversation about that. Your happiness just may be connected to who you serve, not just you being happy about having what you want, having a happy relationship, having a nice car, having a nice house, having money, dressing the way you want to dress, eating where you want to eat, whatever those things are. Those are rewards. So there's nothing wrong with that, but those are rewards. But who are you serving? Let's have a conversation about that.
What's the question? He's out.
I love talking to her. I swear to God. She's so funny. But it's real, though. And it's not necessarily a question, but it's just really, it's just being able to identify who are you serving? Who are you serving? Like, so for us, for somebody who needs some context, right? God, like I said earlier in the show, God has given us these platforms, right? He's given us our book, right? Meeting Authentic You. We got another book coming out, Don't Drop Out on You, right? We have a podcast show. We have our prayer call every Monday morning, and we both do videos to try to help people be connected or inspired. So these are the different things that God has given us to do. That's how we serve. She preaches, right? I'm called to, certain speaking engagements, right? That's how we serve. We help people. And as a result of it, God is lifting us. So for you, what is the thing that God, you believe, has given you to do?
You know what? And I think that, you have to search what God has given to you. You have to answer the call. You got to answer that service.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Whether it is writing a book, whether it's another job, but you have to identify first. It's all about relationship. Right? You got to identify first what God is calling you to do.
Yeah. And in order for you to do that, I think that also what has to happen is it's a value of your connection with God.
We always come back to this value and the relationship and the connection with God.
And I think that we come back to it. I'm going to let you finish unpacking that, right? Mm-hmm. Because
I know why we come back to it.
We're living in a time where the value of relation and connection with God is not high. It's not great.
People don't care.
Because and I don't think that
No. Let me take that back.
Okay.
I don't think that people do not care.
I was about to go there.
I just think that our priorities are not in order. You know what I'm saying? And you got the social media and all that other stuff. That's good. Social media, Instagram, telling us what should be first.
There you go.
So we're looking at everybody else's life, everybody else's plate, instead of concentrating on our plate.
So what you just inserted into the conversation is the different systems, the different mechanisms that's in place that's affecting people's ability to right? That's affecting people's ability to value connection, right? You look at social media, you look at the day-to-day challenges that we all are dealing with. You look at our past experiences that we all are coming from, right? And that past is colorful, right? We're dealing with a wide variety of things, right? Broken homes, single-parent homes. I mean, it's a lot. Molestation, rape, abuse, right? Loneliness, abandonment, neglect, right? There's a wide, expectations, being too great placed upon children. I mean, it's a wide variety of things that we all have come through and that many of us have never really addressed. So I don't know how to value my connection with God when I'm still dealing with the reminder and the memories of what I've come through and now the responsibility of what I'm dealing with now. So how do I value a relationship or a connection with God to get to the place where I now am able to identify what my gift is, what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to place myself, who I'm supposed to serve, so I can take my life to the next level? That's a lot.
You just said a whole lot.
So that's where some people are. I don't know what to even do when I really look at it from that perspective. I'm not even, again, having conversations like that to even have a thought like that.
You know what? And that's where it starts. The conversation.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you said a lot, And that's a lot of questions that people have. And it's about just starting to realize or starting to have those conversations about, okay, how do I get the connection with God? Or how do I serve? Who am I? Who I identify with?
Yeah.
Who I'm serving. As long as you start the conversation, that's what matters. And then God will unpack that stuff for you. I think sometimes we think that we have to figure it all out. No, you can't figure it all out. But what you need to start with is just the conversation on how I figure it out.
I agree with.
And being connected to the right, connected to God and the right people. The next level is different for everybody. Everybody's on a different level. You can't compare yourself to myself, to me, to Dwayne, to your family members. You can't compare yourself to anyone, to people on social media. You're in competition with yourself. You're in competition with yourself. So you got to figure out, where am I today and what's my next level? Everybody's next level is different.
Yeah.
So you might, bring a little bit of context to it. I don't know. Something simple as, well, this is not simple. You might be living in an apartment right now. Your next level might be owning a house, right? Whatever that next level is. What are the steps I need to take to be in that house? First of all, I need to talk to people that have a house.
Right.
What they did to get that house. You know what I'm saying? I need to talk to those people who are where I'm trying to get to.
Right.
You know what I mean? So whatever your next level is, you need to find people around you that's already at that next level.
Right.
You can't have somebody who's in the same, I'm in an apartment, you in an apartment. So, nigga.
It's fine.
So,
you transparent with
that's what
somebody is.
my best friend hates when I say that. But dude, how do I get to the next level? You know what? I don't know.
Right.
Because I'm where you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not to say that, I'm not going to still be on, I'm not going to feed into the person that's on the same level as I am, but I need to find somebody who's on that level that I'm trying to get to. My mom always said, you cannot be the smartest person in the room. Or you can't be the smartest person in your circle. You can't be basically the smartest person in your circle. You can't be doing the same things that your people are doing. You got to have somebody who's on a different level. And that's spiritually, business-wise, career-wise, all that. You got to find somebody who's on a different level than you so you can strive and say, hey, how do I get there? And not be ashamed.
So here's some more context with, right? Before I went to seminary, right?
Right.
Before I went to seminary to get my master's degree, right? My life was at a certain level. When I went to seminary, I met some people in the master's program, right?
Yeah, remember.
And as a result of meeting these people at school, right? Whitney, my right-hand man, Shane,
hey, Pastor.
my man, Osiris, and a few others. But the people in my immediate circle, in my core group, Whitney, Shane, Osiris, I've been able to enter into new levels because I connected with some new people. And here's the words that I want you to understand that you're going to have to wrap your mind around. And then at some point, if you want to get to the next level, have to really, engage, surrender, sacrifice. Right? There's some things that you're going to have to surrender. There's some things you're going to have to sacrifice. Right? There's some relationships that I'm still cool with, but I don't really spend a lot of time with because ever since I started spending time with these new people that I met in the place that God told me to go to, I now start to live life on a new level. So for you, if you're serious about going or desiring to be on another level, you're going to have to start to go in a different direction. You're going to have to start to connect with some people who can help you get to the next level that some of the people that you currently around are not on. They're not there. That's your phone.
That's not my phone.
Yes, it is.
That's your phone. It's coming from over there.
That's yours.
Well, I don't hear it. My phone just... Sorry, we're having a technical glitch.
It's okay.
Because Dwayne's phone is
It's not my phone.
Stuff. It ain't my phone either.
That's my Facebook
This
and
my
that's
phone
my
right
regular
here.
video.
I just turned my phone on because it went charged.
All right, whatever. Okay, y'all.
So anyway,
It don't get no realer than that, right?
no,
so
that's
check it
what
out.
It is.
The context of what I'm trying to unpack right now, right, is you're going to have to surrender and sacrifice something in order for you take your life to the next
hold
level.
Up. It costs something.
Oh, yes. You're
going to pay the price.
You're going to have to let some people go.
Yep.
You're going to have to go a new direction.
A new direction.
Right? You can't. The worst thing that we can ever do, and I'm not saying you because it applies to all of us. The worst thing that we all could ever do is stay the same and get worse at the same time. That's the worst thing that we could ever do. Stay the same and get worse at the same time. And how do you do that? What does that mean? I say it all the time. You can be 15 years old and have an anger issue. And then you can be 40 and still have the same anger issue at 15. So for 25 years, you stayed the same and got worse at the same time. So as we get older, if you want to go to the next level, what you don't want to do is stay the same and get worse at the same time. You have to be willing to let some stuff go. You got to be willing to surrender and sacrifice some stuff. You got to be willing to go in another direction in order to take your life to the next level. So here I am giving testimony and transparency to say that ever since I connected with Whitney, my bro Shane, and my brother Osiris, in an academic setting, I didn't even think that me going there would bring forth what has given that. Look, let me calm down. What has happened, right? What has happened? I didn't even think that this would be going on. But as a result of it, no disrespect to everybody that I've met and I've been cool with prior to meeting them, but I know for a fact that my life has taken on new meaning ever since I've met these people. So for yourself, you have to be willing to go another direction. You have to be willing to sacrifice some people, some relationships. You got to be willing to leave a job or a school or a relationship. You got to be willing to let some of that stuff go if you are serious about going to the next level. Because if you don't, it's going to get worse for you. You're going to stay the same and nothing is going to change.
That's good, man.
It's real.
Good. That's good. You know, a lot of people who we have in our lives play a part. They play a part in our transformation and they play a part in our demise. So you got to identify who those people are.
Who's a part of your demise and who's a part of your transformation?
Yep. Who's a part of your destiny and who's a part of your... I'm trying to think of some new terminology.
You think about the D. I know you want to stay there. Right? Your destruction, your dysfunction.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's
who's
mine.
a part of your destiny and who's
credit.
a part of your demise, your dysfunction, and your destruction. You have to be able to identify them people because here's the truth, right?
See, I got them going.
I dropped out of high school. I was in high school for 3.5 years with 5 credits. I'm not ashamed to say it anymore. I used to be ashamed to say it, but I was in high school for 3.5 years with 5 credits because I was running around with people trying to be cool. I was fresh. I had on the North Face. I had on the Averex. I had on the Gore-Tex.
Yeah, Gore-Tex.
I had on all the latest threads.
Gore-Tex.
The Parasucos. I had on all the fly
some
stuff
Parasucos.
back in the 90s, right? But the reality was I dropped out. Look at that plug, Whit.
Don't drop out on you. The book
that
is
was
coming
good.
out this year.
I dropped out. I dropped out. I
good.
dropped out. I went to the streets. I sold drugs. I ended up in prison. But then, when I surrendered, gave my life to God, and I'm not professing perfection, but I am preaching progress. That when you start to progress and you stay connected and you don't let the pains of life break your connection. We covered that. I didn't let what I went through along my journey break my connection. I lost my mother. I lost my brother. I lost jobs. I lost a business. I lost friends. I made mistakes. I hurt people, but I never broke my connection. I stayed connection. I stayed in God's face. I stayed asking for forgiveness. I stayed repenting. I stayed asking for mercy. I stayed asking God to never leave me nor forsake me. I kept doing that. I never broke that connection. I still stayed 10 toes down with God. And as a result of it, God started to reposition me with new people. And as a result of it, here comes the new thing. So for you, you have to be willing to not break your connection when you're going through the hits, when you're going through hardship. You got to be willing to reconnect with some new people that's going to connect you to your next level. Because if you don't, you're going to stay connected to people that's going to make you think that it's okay to drop out on you.
Preach, brother.
You gonna make? Oh my God! Stop. You really gonna think that it's okay to drop out on you because the people around you they dropped out too.
Themselves. We connected.
They dropped out too. So that's what you don't want to do.
God,
You don't want to make sure that you're around people who are okay with dropping
connection.
out on themselves. That's what you don't want to do. So in order for you to go to the next level, you have to surrender. You got to sacrifice. You got to give some things up. You got to be willing to go down a new path. Yes, you got to be willing to pay the cost. If you are serious and tired, because it's 2 parts. You got to be tired of where you are, and you got to be serious about where you believe God wants to take you. It's like a thing. It's like a duality. Both are going on at the same time. I'm tired of this job. I'm tired of this relationship. I'm tired of not sleeping.
Preach, brother.
I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being unhappy. I'm tired of being critical. I'm tired of being left. I'm tired of eating crumbs. I'm tired of how my life is. As a matter of fact, I don't even like who I have become. I'm not happy with me. I'm tired. So when you get to that place when you're tired, and then you start to say, wait a minute, I now am willing to surrender. I'm willing to give this up. Yeah, I know I'm known for this, but I want to be known for something else. You got to be willing to start saying no instead of saying yes. You're so used to saying yes. And let me tell you something. People know that you're so used to saying yes that they will suck you dry.
Oh, amen. To
until
that.
you die.
Amen.
They will suck you dry
That's good,
until
man.
you die. So you got to be willing to say no.
That's good.
I'm not doing that. No, I'm not taking that
That's
call.
good.
No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I know you used to me doing that. I did it for
Yeah.
10 years, 5 years, 20 years, but I'm not doing it today. So once you surrender that, break up with it.
Who want Reverend Dwayne Graham to come to their church and preach on that pulpit? Who want a sermon from D. Graham?
But it's so real, though, ladies and gentlemen. It's so real, man.
Who want that sermon?
And we want to encourage you guys tonight to really take an honest look at yourself if you are tired of where you are and you are serious about where you're trying to go, so that way you can live life on these next levels that we're talking about, because everybody's next level is
It's
not
different.
the same.
And I think you said it all. I think the first step is to look at yourselves. Look at yourselves in the mirror. You
And
know
that's
what I
not
mean? And
easy.
identify.
It's
No.
challenging, because I had to look myself in the mirror when I was in high school as a teenager, and I had 3.5 credits. 3.5 years, and I had 5 credits. I had to look myself in the mirror when I ended up in prison doing 5 years to life. I had to look myself in the mirror when I felt like I played a part in my mom catching cancer because I know I added stress to her. I had to look myself in the mirror when I know that I was responsible for some of the pain that some of the women that I was in relationship with was experiencing, because I wasn't ready for the kind of commitment that they desired from me. I had to look myself in the face when I had a company that wasn't flourishing, and I had partners who was looking at me because there were certain things that I just wasn't ready for, and I still wanted to do what I wanted to do. I had to look myself in the face. I had to deal with me. So if you're not ready to do that, nothing is going to change.
Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. You know what? We need to end it there. There they go. Eat to death. Until you're ready to confront you. If you're not ready to confront you, then things are not going to change.
It's only going to get worse.
I don't care how much you pray, you sacrifice, whatever the case is. It's participatory. You got to be willing to confront you.
Yeah.
God ain't gonna do it all by. He can, but he not. He ain't gonna do it all by himself. You gotta participate in your next level. You gotta participate in your miracle. You gotta participate in your transformation. You gotta participate in it, because he is not gonna do it by himself.
That's good, Whit.
That was good.
That's good, Whit.
And I think that we should start winding down and ending with that. The new level starts with you. The next level starts with you.
Yeah.
The new norm that you want to see starts with you.
Yeah.
It all starts with you. And you're going to have to pay a price. Is your destiny, how much is your destiny worth to you?
Yeah.
How much do you want it? How much can you taste it? How much can you feel it?
Yeah.
What is it worth to you?
And let me say this, right, as we wind down, right?
We got 2 more minutes.
The promise.
Oh, no. Don't be preaching my
I'm not
sermon on
preaching
for
a sermon.
Sunday.
All right, let me say it
I'm
another way.
preaching
Right?
Sunday.
Let me say it another way, all right?
At my church.
What you was created for and what the Creator has for you is more and bigger than what you can give to yourself. You can say it another way, Whit.
No,
right?
but I'm just saying, like, that's so. I don't.
But it's
think,
so true because
thing is-
that's what make a person become willing to let go of what they have normalized. I've normalized these problems. I'm used to settling
know.
for the crumbs. So in order for the exchange to happen, we have to present it in a way where what you giving up is less than what you're gonna get.
Oh, you have no idea.
We have
what's
to
in
present it that
store.
way. I gotta show you that what you're gonna receive is way more than what you've been holding on to.
Yo.
It's not even. It doesn't even measure. It doesn't even balance.
You can't
the
even-
scale. The scale is gonna outweigh it because it's
can't even
always
fathom
bigger.
it, yo.
We gotta call it. We gotta call it
You can't even,
929.
like,
Who's
fathom
on the
it.
line? Talk to
God
us.
has for. Look where we are.
Who's on the line?
Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody?
Who this?
Just calling to shout y'all out, man. How you doing, brother Dwayne? I don't really know you, but salute to Whitney. I know her too, so
Hey,
salute to y'all.
who's this?
It's one of your admirers, great queen. That's that's all. I'm happy to see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to see what you're doing.
Shout out to you too, King.
Thank
Yo,
you, King.
peace, King. Word, peace, great queen. Word, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? And word up. Just keep it up. It's good energy, G.
Thank you so much, brother, man. God bless you, man. Thank you so much
Thank
for calling
you.
in. You called at the minute right before the hour of the show is ending. So thank you so much for tuning in and rocking with us on the night, checking out our vibe and our energy as me
Thank
and my
you for
sis,
calling.
do what it is that we got to do, man. And this is our platform or one of them that we use or God is using us to serve, man. So thank you so
Nice.
much.
Nice. Yo, Whitney, your hairstyle banging too, G. I love that color and all that.
Hey.
Yeah,
Okay, thanks for
Yo.
having me blushing.
yeah, you official. Real talk.
Official like a referee with a whistle.
Yo,
That's a
let me tell
fact,
you,
G.
you get next to
Word
this.
up, yo, because, let me tell you, though, real quick before y'all get off, yo. She is demonstrating intelligence, too. Beauty, you know what I'm saying? Her face, like, clean. She don't look like she smoked no cigarettes or no bud. Like, yo, like, word.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, brother. I thank you so much. I know that who's hosting us right now got to go, so we want to just
Look.
thank you so much for
Wait,
sending in.
hold up,
No.
E. Hold up, E. You know I'm single, E, so I need a couple of extra minutes.
I'm
Nice.
going to be
I'm
quiet.
just kidding.
Erica, thank you so much for the extra minute or two. But
Yo,
thank you
where-
so
Yo,
much
thank
for
you
Where's
calling
she
so
in.
much.
preaching at? Where's she preaching at?
I'm preaching at Greatest Centennial, my church, at 9:30 service.
Greater Centennial.
That's a cool.
Check
In
her
Mount
page
Vernon.
out. She'll post it up in Mount Vernon.
Look.
She'll
Please.
post it up.
DM me.
Continue on 9th or it's on by the health center?
It's by the Dole Center on 8th. DM me.
There you
The
go.
details.
All right.
There you go.
right.
Thank you so much, brother. God bless you, man. Thank you for calling in. It's a wrap for us tonight. Another
blushing
powerful
on air.
conversation on Conversations with Whitney and Dwayne, our podcast
this,
show.
look.
We love you guys. Peace and blessings. We out.
Got me blushing.